Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, it's Anwa here once again, and it's been a minute. I don't usually come. Sorry if I'm delaying most of you. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and please, I will try as much as possible to bring you more tutorials as much as I can. On today's tutorial, I'm going to share with you how I was able to achieve this beautiful fringe earring on this metal triangle metal here. I don't know how to call this, but I got this from Amazon. That was last year and I couldn't do anything with it, so I'm like, okay, so today let me try and see what I can. I'll be doing most of or making my tutorials from most of this piece here. Yeah, so this is just a pair. I will finish with the other pair. Yeah, so stick and stay with me and let's start. Now, from the beginning, I don't measure my thread actually. Sometimes certain people ask me in the comment section that how much do you measure or how is your measurement. I don't really measure, and I even see this thread as it's so long. When it's very long and it's kind of tangle in the middle somehow. This is a silky strong thread and it's really thin. Now I sometimes buy thin thread simply because of the holes. Sometimes this is jablonex Rocaille 11 loose. That is the let me get to the pack for you to see how it looks like. Yeah, so this is how I got it. Jablonex Rocaille 11 loose. Yes. So from the beginning, these are my materials I used. These are all 11 loose beads. On camera, this one looks actually blue, but it's actually green. It's a sea blue. I don't know how they call it. It looks green, physically, but on camera it looks green. And I'm also using a white bead. This actually looks this is also a green one, but it's a shiny green. And also I'm using this is gray or silver. Yeah, this is a silver bead as well. So in all, I'm going to use 4 different kind of beads in all, and I'm going to build my project around this metal triangular shape piece here. Really, I would get to, I don't know if you know the name of this. If you kindly send it to me in the comment section, because I don't really know the name of this, but I sometimes see it especially on Instagram, that people usually make very beautiful projects around it. I'm like, okay, so let me try and see if I can also do something around it. Yeah, so let's start. Forgive me if you see that I'm getting very slow with this tutorial because it's a new thing to me. Yeah, and I learned this not too long ago. So this is how I do it. I'm really ready, or I'm open to criticisms. Actually, if you feel you know better or you have another way of doing this, you can send me in the section below, in the comment section, and then I'm ready to learn more from you guys. Yes, so I think this is a beginner's tutorial for most of you or certain people who want to also learn how to do this. So I picked 2 beads on a strand, and then this is how I place it on my metal, like so. Like I said, I'm going to be really slow with this. Yes, so this is how it's going to look like. Okay, and then you push it through your needle through okay, then you pass through this Now you have to hold on tight. Just try not to let go, or else yeah, so I'm going to go through this one here. I'm not done yet. And then I go through the second bead from this section. Then I go over. The beginning has always been difficult to start, and I go through the second bead again. Yes. So, I mean, it's not very perfect, but this is how I started with the first pair. Yes. Yeah, some people, I have seen certain tutorials where certain people tie the thread around it, but sometimes when you tie it, it looks really rough from the beginning end. Now, whilst you move along, you need to hold on to the first two so they don't lose. And then you go ahead to pick another bead. Okay, just make sure you pull till it ends on the metal, and then you hold on like that. You go through the triangular piece, you pull your thread, and then you go through from here. Okay, now don't worry if the bead is somewhere in the air, it's going to land if you have fixed it very well on the thread. Then you take your other piece. Now I'm going to start with 3 silver beads, and then the next 4 beads are going to be the green beads. Let it land here. Okay, you go through this, you pull your thread, and then yeah, okay, like so. Pull your thread in the needle, like that. Okay, so at this point I'm going to pause this video, and then I'll get back to you when I'm on this side. Yeah, hello, welcome back. So at this point, if I said 4 green beads, no, it's a mistake. This is supposed to be 6. So in all, we have 12 beads from the very first stage. Yes, so I'll continue with another layer of brick stitch, and then I start with the fringe. Yeah. So those of you who do not know how to start a simple brick stitch, you can go through from my first videos, very first. I don't have too many videos. I have about if I'm not mistaken, maybe 30 or so videos that I've made. So to get to my very first one wouldn't be that difficult to. And then you learn how to do brick stitch from the beginning, or how to make brick stitch from the beginning. Yes, so to continue, I start with 2 beads, 2 silver beads, And then I go through from, this is called thread bridge. These ones you see here, these threads are called thread bridge. So I go through from the first thread bridge. So I'll make an increase from the first thread bridge. Really, when I got to know, when I learned how to do this, I was really excited because it was a new thing for me. I used to see people doing it a lot. And I'm like, okay, so one day I'm going to try doing it myself. And then here I am now. Sometimes um, the camera doesn't really focus or I go off camera. Please forgive me because I'm doing everything by myself. I don't have a cameraman or anything. Yeah, so let's continue. So in the second layer, I'll make first 4 silver beads. Yeah. Then I continue with 5 green beads. Yes, so at this point I'll stop. Then when I get to the last part, I would start with my fringe. Yeah, so I'm on the last part, and at this point I want to show you how I do it. And you would see that there's no thread bridge remaining, right? So I mean, on this part here, the first 4 silver, then we have a 5, and then I have to put another one here to make a 4. So how do we do it? What I'll do is that, now looking at this side, you could see that there's another thread here. There's not a thread bridge, the bridges are actually finished, but just to create this, or just to be able to put this in the corner, which is very necessary, you need to stick your thread through this thread here, okay, and then you pull out. Yeah, like so. This is how it's going to be, and then you go through it successfully. Yeah, so now I'm going to start. Now I have already finished with this thread. Like I did this off camera where I went through the first bit to fasten it so it doesn't lose. So I'm going to cut this off carefully so I don't cut the other. Yeah, yeah. So I'll start with my first fringe. Now with my first fringe, okay, just for you to be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah, so my first fringe, I'm going to um pick I'm going to pick 5 silver beads, 5 white beads, 3 shiny green, another 5 white beads, and so on and so forth. Now let's start. Pick 5 white beads. Okay, 5 white beads. Oops. Yeah, 5 silver beads, sorry. I pick 5 white beads. And then 3 shiny green beads. Just make sure the numbers are correct. Those that you are picking are correct, or else the style is going to change, obviously. And then 5 white beads again. And then green bead, silver bead, green again, silver bead, and then green bead from here. Yeah. And then 2 white beads, 5 silver beads, and then finally 6 green beads. Yeah. So you space out so that you can be able to go through the beads while you fringe them. Yeah, so go through like so. It's very necessary to use a beading needle. I'm going to list my materials in the description box, so don't worry if I'm not able to mention all of them. Yeah, then go through the first one. Yeah, and then you have your first fringe, but just make sure it is very flexible. It should not be very, very tight. Okay, so that you can when you wear your earrings, it can move like that. That's the beauty of it. So from here you go to the second bead, and then you pull out your thread. Okay, now with the second fringe, now the only difference about this work is, or this project, is that the first and the second colors, I added 2 extra beads to it. That is all the difference. Okay, so the first, now you realize this is 5 and this is 5. I added the second bead, or the second fringe, I added 2 to make 7 here, 7 silver beads, and the second white beads, I made it also 7. So I added 2 2 2 2 2, and when I go to the middle, I decreased it from there, and that makes the style, brings out the style. Yeah, so the only difference is I just added 2 2 2 to it till I got to the middle, and then I decreased till the end. Yeah, so let's do the second fringe. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 silver beads, and then 7 white beads. This is 5. Then I pick another 2 to make 7. Okay, so we have 7 more beads, 7 white beads. Then I continue with my green. Bro, you know they do Christmas. You know they do Christmas. Green beads here. Okay, and then the rest of the beads remain the same number. You don't increase. The only increase is on the first and the second one. Yeah, so you continue. Yeah, like so. And then you continue with the other beads. You have green, silver, green, silver, green, and then 2 white beads, 5 silver beads, then finally 6 green beads. Yeah, so it goes on and on and on till you get to the middle. Making fridges are easy, but sometimes it's very challenging because you'd have to pull some out. Especially when you are pulling the thread out, it's not very easy. Let me try to put them down so that it will be easier for me to. Sometimes I like to hold them like this. If you want, you can just lie them on your mat and then, but sometimes I like to hold them in my palm and because I don't want to miss any thread. Yeah. Yeah, so it continues on and on and on. You just have to add your two beats to it until you get to the middle part. Yeah. This is how to create a fringe. So I meet you, I'll pause on this part and meet you in my when I get to the middle part. Yeah, hello. Welcome back again. Yeah, so from this part, I want to show you how I was able to come with this part here. Okay, in the middle. Now, what I did was I created something like a triangular shape, like a half triangular shape from here. So now what I did was I counted 4 beads. Okay, so I'm going to pick 4 beads and then continue with the rest of the beads. Now this is what I mean. For instance, to increase the fringes, I had to add 2 with the silver beads and 2 with the second white bead. Then I continued with the rest of them. So I repeated them in all the fringes until I got to the middle part. Here. Okay, so with this part here, I had to create the triangular or the half triangular shape here. I started with, or I picked 4 beads, and then I continued with silver beads. Now the first silver bead, or the first fringe, I started with 5 silver beads, and then second fringe I added 2 and it became 7. So we have 5, 7, 9, 11. And then here I picked 4 beads, 4 green beads, and then I continued till I got to 13, and then I continued with the white beads, also 13, and then the rest of the beads. Yeah, so let's do one more fringe for you to understand what I mean. Yeah, so I'm going to pick 4 beads, 4 green beads, to create that triangular shape. Yeah, 4. Okay, yeah, and then to continue, 4, then I continue with 5. It's 13, so 4, meaning 9 plus, I'm going to pick 9 silver beads all together to make 13 beads from the beginning. So 4 green beads, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. Yeah. And then the white beads will be 13 as well. So please, if you are listening from the beginning, kindly start from the tutorial and then you understand how I started with the counting. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to pick 13 white beads in all. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. And then the rest of it is repeated. So we have 3 shiny green beads. Then we have 5 white beads. Then we have green, silver, green, silver, green. Okay. Then we pick white, 2 white beads as well. 5 silver beads in that order. And then 6 green beads. Pull gently so that it doesn't tangle. Yeah. Give some space here so you can thread through from the side as well. You can push your needle through. Just make sure you don't miss any of the beads. And the rest you can pick it up or you can leave it on the mat and then try to yeah, gently pull your thread. Yeah. Just make sure it's not very tight or not so rigid. It has to be wobbly, you know. It has to be dangling, yeah, and a little loose. That's the style of it. Then you push through the other bead or the next bead. What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah, so it continues. Yeah, so to continue with the triangle formation, now I continued with actually this is the middle part here. The middle part is here, so I'm going to, so the decrease will start from here. Okay, so the next green beads or the next count of green beads are going to be 6. So I added 2 more beads, and then it continues with the silver, and then it goes on and on and on. Yeah. Welcome back. So at this point I'm in the middle right now. So what I'm going to do is that now we have gotten the slanted shape for the first part here, as you can see. Yeah, so it has to go like that. Okay, it has to go like this, like this. Okay, so to be able to achieve this look, you have to decrease it right from the next fringe. Okay, from this part here. Yeah, so how am I going to decrease it? So how I'm going to decrease it is that I'm going to pick, now these are say 13 beads, right from the green to the silver is 13, and then right from the white, the second bead which is white is also 13. So I'm going to decrease these two. Okay, so the first, now this is 8 beads. Yeah, so I'm going to make it 6. I'll decrease by 2, and then we are going to have 15 beads. That is the first part. That's the green and silver is going to give me 15 beads instead of 17. And then I repeat this count on the white beads, also 15 beads. And then with these other bead, I don't do anything about, so I just leave it as it is. Yeah, so the only increase and decrease is the first and the second bead, which is a silver and the white. It's kind of blur a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, let me try to give this concentration here. Oh, forgive me guys. Now I don't know why this blurry is coming from. It's okay now. Yeah, so I'm going to pick 6 green beads instead of 8. Okay, so I have 6 beads here, 6 green beads. No, it's 5. Pick 6 green beads. I'm going to have a count of 15, so I'll continue with the silver beads. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 beads. Okay, let me be sure. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, so we have 15. And I'm going to pick 15 more beads from here. We are decreasing now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 beads. Yeah, just to be sure. Yeah, so I have 15 white beads and then 3 shiny green beads, and 5 white beads again, then you have green, silver, green, silver, green. Then 2 white beads, 5 silver beads, then 6 green beads in the end. So you could tell that it's not as long as this one. So this is the decreasing part, simply because it's like this, because I have decreased by 4 beads. Yeah. This will help us to get the shape that we are looking for. Fringes can be quite challenging when you are trying to, put through the threads. It's patience. You just need patience. If you are really into this, you need patience. Since you have passion for your work, patience is everything. You just want things to be done nicely, and that is the most important thing. You don't think of how long it's going to take, or Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yes, the decreasing has started. Then we go through from here. So What's happening? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got that right. Yeah, so you continue on and on and on. By decreasing, you need to decrease by 4 beats from the very first, um, from this part and the white beads until you get to the last. Yeah, so see you on the last part. Yeah, welcome back. So at this point, I'll just have to add the last fringe. Yeah, to add the last fringe to it, and then that will be my finished line. So it's going to be 5 counts of silver beads, 5 counts of silver beads, 5 counts of white beads, 3 shiny green beads, 5 white beads, 'green', 'silver', 'green', 'silver', and then 'green' bead. Then 5 or 2 white beads, then whites, 5 silver beads, then 6 green beads in the end. Yeah, yeah. So this ends it all. Then I'm going to add my hook to it, and then that's it. So let's see how I'm able to finish this off. Okay, so I need to go through these beads one more time. Okay, the holes are quite smaller, so sometimes I'm careful with they may break the beads when you go through them so many times or multiple times. That is why I even used very thin thread for these kind of beads. go through. Yeah, just trying to bring out this. It's too tight from here. The final look, people. Yeah, actually, once again, these blue beads that you see are not blue, they are actually green physically. Yes, but I really don't understand why the camera is showing green right now. It's showing blue. Yes, so this is the final look. And yeah, maybe it will be, it's so slow because this is a tutorial. So this is my final look. And I think this can be worn to so many occasions, maybe a wedding, a party, or an engagement, friends party, birthdays, yeah, outing, yeah. So try to do this on your own, and you can make this design, for instance, is my own design. And if you know how to start, it will be really easy for you to make your own design as well. You can even make one color, or just by learning how to increase and decrease, or attaching the beads to the metal, metallic object here. Yeah, I'll find the name and maybe add it to my description. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, and please support the dream. I'll try my best to make more videos, as I am also a worker. I work, and the little time I get, I drop down a tutorial. Thank you very much for supporting this dream, and I'll see you in my next channel. Bye bye. Have a nice time, and Merry Christmas.